Y-O YouTube, it's your boy Mike T's back at you with another video. Today, we're going to be talking about SilkySocks and some of the sublimation products that they have to offer, such as the sublimation bra, undies, socks. Pretty much the sky's the limit when it comes to SilkySocks. So, what do you get when you buy you a pair of SilkySocks? So these are their long tube socks. Sorry about the noise. But what you get is a premium substrate that you can actually sublimate on. So the bottoms is all black, nice soft thick cotton feel. The top vibrant white. Speaking of vibrant, I'm going to be using Vibrant Vibes ink to get the job done. If you haven't used it yet, check the links out in the description below. But yo, I'm ready to transform these into a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. But before I do that, SilkySocks has everything from top to bottom. So in the words of SilkySocks, bless your whole body. If not, at least bless your feet. SilkySocks. And he actually he gives you this with every order. Slide down if you didn't know. Now they offer shirts. Yes, t-shirts, fully sublimatable t-shirts. I advise you to head on over to SilkySocks or hit the link down in the description below and grab yourself something to bless your body with today. So as you can see, I have it all laid out and ready to go. From the far right on the screen are sock jigs that have been used. I do reuse mine until I get some more. Some other type of sock jigs, and that's for the shorter style socks. The long tube socks I showed you, then the calf tube socks that I showed you, also accompanied by a sports bra that you can fully sublimate on. Yes, fully sublimation. If you haven't, please check my videos. I do have a video where I show how to sublimate on a SilkySocks bra. Sports bra, that is, right there. So this is the sublimation graphic that I'm going to be using for my SilkySocks. Those reserved. So also in this video, I might sublimate that SilkySocks bra. And courtesy of Heat Transfer Warehouse, they sent me some sublimation prints. If you guys can't get sublimation prints or don't have a way to get sublimation prints, you can make sure y'all hit those affiliate links. I make a little bit of money, not a whole lot of money, every time you use my link, and it's greatly appreciated. It helps to grow the channel. However, let's get into pressing these socks. Per SilkySocks instructions that comes with the package, your temp should be at 400 degrees, and it should be set for 30 to 35 seconds. Medium pressure for socks, firm pressure for masks. Firm pressure also for the undergarments. I haven't had any issue with this, but if you find yourself not getting full color, it's because your pressure was too light. This I know after doing trial and error. I just did a plaque of sorts for my cousin, and there was a minor spot that didn't get hit with the color, and it's because the pressure was too light. So for the calf socks, I'm going to use the same sock jig. Pretty easy to thread them on. Just spread it out. And I like to go this way, the way that the sock actually lays. I don't like to go frontwards. I don't think that the coverage was meant to go like that. However, if it works for you, do what works for you. This is just what works for me. And I just thread the socks on. You can scrunch them up if you want to make life a little bit easier. But I always make sure that I get to the tip of this black right here. I don't mind sublimation ink hitting the tip of that black. What I do mind is when there's like white spots left from the sublimation ink, not completely covering the sock. So we'll go about there with it. Looks kind of funny, but as long as you got that rounded edge right there into the black, you should be safe. That's one down. Let's do the other. Also, you're going to have yourself some butcher paper or some type of cover onto your platen so that you don't transfer any ink into your platen. That could be disastrous. That could be monstrous. And I threaded this one a little bit deeper. I guess I could have did that with the other one. I am. So I'm for sure that the color is going to land on this black. Now, let's just say, for some obscene reason, because sometimes you can't see, some of the sublimation ink does hit this black. Once it hits the washing machine, that sublimation ink is going to disappear. And the only colors that's going to be left is up top with the sublimation part of the sock. I'm going to press both socks at the same time. Usually they say do the top, have the ink laying flat on the substrate, so that way that the top platen can hit it, and as heat actually turns it to a gas, and then it can then stay in the substrate. There is no rhyme or reason. There's no up or down, no any of that. But what I'm trying to do is, I don't want to completely stain my actual boards right here, but if I have to, I will. So I'm going to cut them a little bit due to the size of this where I'm actually trying to sublimate. Please try to avoid hitting that top platen because you do not want any ink to transfer over. You probably won't find out right now. You'd find out when you're going to do another shirt and you be like, where did that ink come from? Trust me, it happens. I have had it happen. So my pressure is set at medium pressure, and the heat, mine's is a little bit different than what I read to you in the instructions. I don't take my heat platen all the way up to 400 degrees. I don't think that that's necessary. I take mine to 380 degrees, and I press for 45 seconds to 50 seconds, depending on the substrate. Clamp down, and this could have been loosened a little bit more. Kind of stop the jump prematurely. And we're going to just take that off of there. As you can see, the ink did what it was supposed to do. And this is what it looks like. It's a little bit hot, so be careful. So I'm going to talk about tucking the edges here in a second. But I think that's pretty dope. What y'all think? Drop a comment down in the comment section. Let me know if you're feeling this or not. So after you sublimate it on one side, you want to do the same to the other, but you have to do this like roll method. And that's basically you just get the color onto the opposite side. So that way you'll have a flawless print when you go to sublimate this side. It takes a little bit of practice. I didn't get it my first couple of tries, but eventually I started getting the hang of it. The issue is the sock sometimes will get smashed flat, like flat. And it'll be hard to actually get that color to come onto the other side like so. See how you can see that line right there of color on this side? That's what you want, as well as on this side. That way when you go to lay it, seamless. So I'm getting ready to do that to the next sock, and I will meet you back at the press. I should look under the heat press, and I'm getting ready to grab my other image and do the exact same thing. I'm just gonna cut this down to size, lay this on top of here. As you can see, my sides are rolled. So that color will meet up with this color, and we should have a finished product. Second image going down, and the pressure is firm on here. I thought it was a little bit light, but apparently not light enough, and I'm not about to readjust it, so it is what it is. The most important thing is making sure that, and yes, I'm not putting anything to cover. I'm confident that this sheet's not going to leak ink up at the top. A little firmness there. Hopefully everybody's had a blessed, productive day and all's went in your favor. Don't let nothing knock you off your grind. Continue to grind. Continue to shine. And those that was doubting you will be asking you for a job. Yes, I heard that from somewhere, but I just stuck with it. And it's fitting to say, I'm here to uplift, motivate, inspire. What's the weather like where you guys are at? And how's your day going? Mine's is all right. A-okay. So we got 10 seconds left on the Waller press, which you can get at Heat Transfer Warehouse. Go ahead and hit the affiliate link down below. 4, 3, 2. I'm going to stop the jump. See how this paper likes to stick up top? That's why I stopped the jump. But as you can see, bam, another one. And it was kind of wasteful, I will admit. If anybody wants to drop that comment down below, because I know sometimes I get those. I could have cut this directly to size or whatever, but you know what? I think I used a lot of that ink. So I'm not too mad at the little bit of extra that's left on there. My, oh my, what do we have here? Sheesh. All right, first things first. Let's check those edges. Did those edges do what they were supposed to? I think they did, y'all. I don't see no white. All right, well, let's take it off the actual board. Yes, there is residue, but I'm not mad at that. And it's sunk into this actual cardboard right up here. So the T-gang can see because they here with me. It kind of got that like fire and ice with the grizzly in there, you know? Okay, and here's the true test right here. Here's the center seam. That's where the cardboard is at. Now, is it perfect? Nah. But I take that over some white. I don't like the white showing. And you could probably get this like dead on exact. It would take a little bit more time, some measurements, and actually the calculations on where you're going to actually put your logo. Let's get to the next step. All right, guys, so now we're at the second part of the video, and we're going to use some of those sublimation prints from Heat Transfer Warehouse. How are we going to use those? We're actually going to use another product from SilkySocks, the sublimation bra, or sports bra, I should say. So, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, SilkySocks has just dropped their sublimation shirts, and I'm excited to try those out. I haven't got any yet, but I will here in the near future. So are you one of those people that do not have a sublimation printer? You think sublimation is out of your grasp, but you would like to try it and don't know where you can turn to get the prints? Head on over to Heat Transfer Warehouse. The affiliate links is down below. They actually sent me a couple of their prints. These are some good size prints. And as you can see right here, we have like a tie-dye look, tie-dye effect. And that's that rainbow color, that's that purple on there. And I think there's like some pink or something else in there. Give me a couple of sheets of that. These are pretty big sheets too, so I would say you'd be able to get some good coverage. I'm not sure if you'd be willing to do a whole shirt like this. For that, I would just actually do the tie-dye method. But for an effect like for socks or something like that, absolutely. Bra, something like that, absolutely. All right, on to the next pattern. We got some shades of Melanin by DesignsbyAlex. Once again, I got these prints from Heat Transfer Warehouse. And this is typically for those that do not have a sublimation printer, but would like to try sublimation. So, I don't think we're going to use brown. We're going to go ahead and use that tie-dye, or cotton candy is what I like to call it, and transform this SilkySocks sublimation bra into a one-of-a-kind item for someone. So there's a SilkySocks bra right there, sports bra, and there is no sock jig or no type of jig that would go. What I did is I folded the pieces of sublimation paper that I had used previously to fit inside just so I can get a smooth layer. Now, this is going to be a little bit tricky being that the sheets are square and I didn't get them cut them down to my size that I wanted to, but we're going to make it work. So as you can see, the coverage has definitely grabbed the straps. Let's see how I'm gonna do this bottom. So I'm gonna have to cut this down to size, tape it, and wherever this lands, it's going to land. Just to try it out. Let's see what happens. All right, y'all. So I had to do a little bit of taping, a little bit of toweling, and I'm gonna cover it because I'm not sure if the sublimation paper will bleed from the back. But there you are, there you have it. I'm about to stamp this down at 380 degrees for 45 seconds. Once again, follow the directions given with the product. If you find it to work at that, then continue working with it. If you don't, make your calculations based off of those initial settings to begin with. Did it sublimate? Let's find out. Remove some of this tape, make life a little bit easier. Oh, I didn't do too bad of a job. Looking at that paper, you definitely wouldn't have been able to see that. And like I said before, I'm not a toweling expert, so yo, don't come for my neck. This should have been up a little bit more. It's kind of off. It's still cute, and it still took the color very well. But I will see you guys at the desk once this is completed and wrap up the video. Yeah, I need to work on my toweling job, I know. Yo, it's the end of this video. If you would like to use any of the products that I've used in this video, the links will be down in the description. Like I said earlier, I make a small commission off of some of the products sold. If you use my affiliate link, it helps the channel to grow. Shout out to Vibrant Vibes Inc. Once again, that's what I use on the sublimation socks. Shout out to Heat Transfer Warehouse for those sublimation prints. That's what I use on the SilkySocks sports bra. And one big shout out to SilkySocks. Appreciate the products that you are dropping. The sublimation products is fabulous. Continue to be great. And I cannot wait to get my hands on some sublimation shirts. But y'all, break the sky with your creativity. Don't let nobody stop you. Don't let nobody determine how much you're worth or how far you can go. Only you can judge that. At the end of the day, I'm here to help uplift, inspire, and motivate. But y'all, it's time for me to get up out of here. And to the next one though, I'm out.